In 2007, our awards luncheon was on September 20th, which just happened to be the day before Mayor Carl Dean took office as the 6th mayor of Nashville, and it was his birthday. And that day, he spoke of his commitment to build a new downtown convention center and called for planning to begin. And day by day since then, he has continued to move this city forward with strategic infrastructure investments and an eye on the future. Mayor Dean reminds us a city has to have enough confidence in itself to invest in itself. And these public and private projects are truly investments in the future of our city and our region. So much so that today, with only 0.3% of the land area in Davidson County, downtown Nashville generates 18% of the retail taxes and 5% of the total property taxes. And with that, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Carl Dean, Mayor of Nashville.
Well, thank you, Tom, and it's wonderful to be with you all this afternoon. This is a wonderful occasion. As we saw in the video, this year marks the 20th anniversary of the Nashville Downtown Partnership. It's amazing to see what has been built and accomplished downtown over the past 2 decades. The tourists, residents, businesses that have flocked here were drawn here by our safe streets, our beautiful buildings, our great sports and entertainment, and for a few folks, probably the chance to have a cold beer at a honky-tonk. Last year, more than 12 million tourists visited Nashville. Downtown has more than 7,000 residents. The rental occupancy rate is 98%, and there are very few condos available. Today, downtown has more than 55,000 employees, an increase of over 25% from 2004. And the growth rate is accelerating with ServiceSource, UBS, Asurion, and others adding jobs now, and HCA moving 2,000 more jobs to Capitol View site in the very near future. This growth has not happened by accident. It has occurred because the city has had the vision and the confidence to invest in itself. Over the past 15 years, almost $4 billion has been invested in private and public projects. In order to continue that momentum, we need to make smart investments in the infrastructure of our downtown. Earlier this month, we announced that we are moving forward with the pedestrian bridge connecting the Gulch and Sobro. The bridge was a priority identified in the Sobro Master Plan, which was developed in 2012 with extensive community input to address the quickly changing face of the area south of Broadway. The benefits of the bridge, a better connected greenway system, more green space downtown, were also goals of our city's first comprehensive open space plan, which was created through a public-private partnership with the Land Trust for Tennessee in 2011. Because of the design of the bridge, it will be more than just a functional walkway. It will be a destination with park-like space, similar to the High Line in New York, if you're familiar with that. Connecting the Gulch and Sobro will lead to even more development in these areas. And smarter development, it would be a huge loss to let Sobro, the last undeveloped section of our downtown, grow without planning for how to connect it to the rest of the city and make it a walkable neighborhood. The plan we have proposed is to let the developments that would benefit the most from the construction pay for the full cost of the bridge. This is similar to the approach that we took with the new minor league baseball stadium that will open next year. The ballpark connects the growing business district around the courthouse with the vibrant developments of Germantown and Salemtown, and private investments have followed. Connecting growing parts of our city is a smart thing to do. We also need to invest in how we get around this great city. In order to avoid the kind of sprawl and traffic congestion that has plagued other cities, we need to invest today in mass transit, and people want it. Nashville Next has engaged thousands of Nashvillians in their study process, and access to transit has come out as a top issue. Given its density and location, downtown will benefit greatly from any investment in mass transit. Thank you for your continuing support of this work to invest in a better future for transit in Nashville. These investments in our quality of place are a big part of the reason that people and jobs are moving to Nashville. Last year, our area was listed as the 7th fastest growing large city in the United States by the U.S. Census Bureau. One factor that may not immediately come to mind as you think about the level of growth is going to mean to our city is how it's changing our population, the makeup of our city. Our immigrant population is one of the fastest growing in the country. It's a good thing. Immigrants pay us a huge compliment when they look at all the cities in the U.S. where they could build a life, and they choose Nashville. The most interesting, economically prosperous cities in the world are cities with diverse, evolving populations. Immigrants make a city strong. They bring culture and new ideas. They strengthen our workforce with young talent. Yesterday, I announced the creation of the Mayor's Office of New Americans. This office will partner with nonprofits and the community groups to make sure that new Americans have every opportunity to be successful in their new home. We will leverage private dollars to make investments in new initiatives to make Nashville an even more welcoming place. Public-private partnerships have been behind some of our most innovative efforts in the metropolitan government, helping us move forward on everything from education to open space. We will use that same approach to accomplish great things for our new American communities. There are many factors behind Nashville's current success. Our universities, the healthcare and music industries, presence here, and our investments in infrastructure and tourism, to name a few. The tremendous improvements in our downtown and the great work being done by the Downtown Partnership are critical components of the city's momentum. I want to thank all of you for the work that you have done. A special thanks to Tom Turner and the staff of the partnership. I am firmly convinced that Nashville's best days are still ahead of us. Thank you.